as much as twixt the third hour's close and dawn, appeareth of heedless fear that ever whirls, as restless as an infant in his play. So much appeared remaining to the sun, of his slope journey towards the western goal. Evening was there, and here the noon of night, and full upon our foreheads smote the beams, for round the mountain, circling so our path, had led us that toward the sunset now, direct we journeyed, when I felt a weight, of more exceeding splendour than before, press on my front, the cause unknown, amaze, possess me, and both hands against my brow, lifting I interpossed them as a screen, down of its gorgeous superflux of light, clipped the diminished orb, as when the ray, striking on water or the surface clear, of mirror leaps unto the opposite part, ascending at a glance, e'en as it fell, and so much differs from the stone that falls, through equal space as practised skill hath shown. Thus with refracted light before me seemed the ground there smitten, whence in sudden haste my sight recoiled. What is this, sire beloved, gainst which I strive to shield the sight in vain? Cried I, and which towards us moving seems. Marvel not if the family of heathen, he answered, yet with dazzling radiance dim, thy sense it is a messenger who comes, inviting man's assent. Such sights ere long, not grievous, shall impart to thee delight, as thy perception is by nature wrought, up to their pitch. The blessed angel soon, as we had reached him, hailed us with glad voice. Here enter on a ladder far less steep than ye have yet encountered. We forthwith, ascending, heard behind us chanted sweet, bless the merciful, and happy thou that conquerest. Lonely each, my guide and I, pursued our upward way, and as we went, some profit from his words I hoped to win, and thus of him inquiring frowned my speech, what meant Romagna's spirit when he spake, of bliss exclusive with no partner shard. He straight replied, no wonder, since he knows what sorrow waits on his own worst defect, if he chide others that they less may mourn, because you point your wishes at a mark, where by communion of possessors part is lessened, envy bloweth up the sighs of men. No fear of that might touch ye, if the love of higher sphere exalted your desire, for there by how much more they call it ours. So much propriety of each and good increases more, and heightened charity wraps that fair cloister in a brighter flame. Now lack I satisfaction more, said I, than if thou hadst been silent at the first, and doubt more gathers on my labyrinth thought. How can it chance that good distributed, the many that possess it, makes more rich, than if 'twere shard by few? He answering thus, thy mind, reverting still to things of earth, strikes darkness from true light, the highest good, unlimited, ineffable, doth so speed, to love, as beam to lucid body darts, giving as much of ardour as it finds. The sempiternal effluent streams abroad, spreading wherever charity extends, so that the more aspirants to that bliss are multiplied, more good is there to love, and more is loved, as mirrors that reflect each unto other propagated light. If these my words avail not to allay thy thirsting, Beatrice thou shalt see, who of this want, and of all else thou hast, shall rid thee to the full, provide but thou, that from thy temples may be soon aroused, e'en as the two already those 5 scars, that when they pain thee worst, then kindliest heal. Thou, I had said, contents me when I saw. The other round was gained, and wondering eyes did keep me mute. There suddenly I seemed, by an ecstatic vision rapt away, and in the temple saw, methought, a crowd of many persons, and at th entrance stood a dame whose sweet demeanour did express a mother's love, who said, child, why hast thou dealt with us thus? Behold thy sire and I, sorrowing have sought thee, and so held her peace, and straight the vision fled. A female next appeared before me, down whose visage caused those waters that grief forces out from one, by deep resentment stung, who seemed to say, if thou, Pisistratus, be lord indeed, over this city, named with such debate, of adverse gods, and whence each sign sparkles, avenge thee of those arms whose bold embrace hath clasped our daughter, and to feel meseemed, benign and meek, with visage undisturbed. Her sovereign spake, how shall we those requite, who wish us evil, if we thus condemn the man that loves us? After that I saw a multitude in fury burning slay, with stones a stripling youth, and shout amen, destroy, destroy, and him I saw who bowed, heavy with death unto the ground, yet made his eyes unfolded upward gates to heaven, praying forgiveness of Th Almighty Sire, amidst that cruel conflict on his foes. With looks, but with compassion to the aim, soon as my spirit from her airy flight, returning sought again the things whose truth depends not on her shaping, I observed, how she had wrought to no unreal scenes. Meanwhile the leader, who might see unmoved, as one who struggles to shake off his sleep, exclaimed, What ails thee that thou canst not hold thy footing firm, but more than half a league? Haste travelled with closed eyes and tottering gait, like to a man by wine or sleep o'erchabbed. Beloved father, so thou deign, said I, to listen. I will tell thee what appeared before me when so failed my sinking steps. He thus, not if thy countenance were masked with 100 visards could have thought of thine. How small soe'er elude me, what thou saw'st was shown, that freely thou mightst ope thy heart to the waters of peace that flowed diffused from their eternal fountain. I not asked, what ails thee, for such cause as he doth, who looks only with that eye which sees no more, when spiritless the body lies, but asked, to give fresh vigour to thy foot, such goads, the slow and loitering need, that they be found, not wanting when their hour of watch returns. So on we journeyed through the evening sky, gazing intent far onward as our eyes, with level view could stretch against the bright vespertine ray, and lo, by slow degrees, gathering, a fog made towards us dark as night. There was no room for escaping, and that mist bereft us both of sight and the pure air,